Crocodile is going to recruit Doflamingo into the Cross Guild. Now, trust me, I know what you're thinking. I know how crazy, how random, how out of the park this sounds. But trust me, by the end of this video, stick around to the end. And after hearing these 5 reasons why, you're going to be just as convinced as I am that Crocodile is absolutely going to recruit Doflamingo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Nature Boy, and we're going to jump right into today's theory video. With the theory being, Crocodile is going to recruit Doflamingo into the Cross Guild. And I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons. But first, let's just cover Doflamingo, go over a little bit of context on his character, where he's been, and where he is right now. So Don Quixote Doflamingo was introduced to us as one of the original 7 rulers of the sea. We know through his flashback in Dressrosa that he and his brother were former celestial dragons. However, their father sent them down to the humans. We all know what happened there. He killed his father, turned into the evil guy that we know. His brother ended up joining Sengoku and going into the Marines as an undercover. And with the help of Law, was able to get the Opi Opi no Mi. This turned the 2 brothers against each other. Doflamingo ended up killing his brother and became the ruler of Dressrosa and the new king of Dressrosa, reigning supremely as he was also a warlord. After Dressrosa, he falls, of course, at the hands of Law and Luffy, and he gets sent to Impel Down prison, where he still remains to this day. Another thing we know about Doflamingo is that he knows the secret of Mary Joa. We don't know exactly what that is. We don't know if even a single other character in One Piece knows what that is, but Doflamingo does, and he knows it, and the world government is coming after him because of it. Which leads us directly into our first reason, and that is the world government want Doflamingo dead. So again, the secret of Mary Joa. Last time we saw him, he was laughing and he was anticipating that someone sent from the world government, from the very, very top of the ladder, was coming down to assassinate him to keep the secret intact. With this, we also know that Cross Guild are directly opposed to the world government, since they were turned down as warlords by the world government, and they are actively setting bounties on world government marine members. And we also know that Doflamingo is a very calculating and reasonable guy. So this is mutually beneficial for both sides to have someone else that is going to help them, another strong member, help them become a strong group and to counter their Marines. And for Doflamingo, this is basically going to save his life. So it works for both teams. So if you guys are liking the video so far, why not go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps me go a long way in making these videos. So please subscribe. And the second reason we're going to talk about here is that 2 of the core members of Cross Guild are former Impel Down inmates who broke out and actively know what it takes to break out of Impel Down. Of course, I'm talking about Crocodile and Buggy. And I don't think this is by accident. Sure, this could be a coincidence, but also this could be something that did happen by coincidence in the past, and Oda can use this to set up a fantastic storyline where these 2 characters have already broken out and they can help Doflamingo break out, perhaps even break in, retrieve Doflamingo, and break out again. And it would make perfect sense for them to do so because we already know they broke out of Impel Down and have that knowledge of what it takes. So I think it would be fantastic to get something like Buggy and Crocodile, or hearing about it later on that they actually broke into Impel Down, retrieved Doflamingo, and broke out. And we see that they used the knowledge of when they broke out the first time and were able to get him using this knowledge. Maybe even a little tussle between Crocodile or Magellan, or just a little moment there. That would be beautiful. Now, if you know Oda, you know that he loves bringing things back full circle in his storytelling. This is something we've seen many times from Oda, signature move. And I think it would be beautiful if we got to see the scenario where, if you guys remember back in Marineford, where Doflamingo actually came up to Crocodile and gave Crocodile a proposition to ally themselves together, with Crocodile being a little bit under Doflamingo. I think it would be absolutely beautiful if he brings this back full circle, but with the roles reversed, where Crocodile arrives in Impel Down and we actually see a moment there in the jail cell between these 2 where they have pretty much the same conversation, but the tables are turned this time and Doflamingo accepts and he joins Cross Guild. I think that would be amazing. And the 4th reason I want to talk about today, and this is something that would be in hindsight if this did come true. And if this did come true, this would continue on the strong theme of the Cross Guild, of what the Cross Guild actually is. And if you think about it, what are the Cross Guild? They are warlord rejects who are now forming their own group and directly opposing the world government basically to give the finger to the government for turning them down as warlords and removing the warlord, abolishing the warlord system. And who better to join a group of former warlords than another former warlord, Doflamingo himself. He would fit in perfectly with this crew, and if he joined, you would have 4 former warlords, all 4 turned down, rejected by the world government, 2 of them prior to it being abolished and 2 of them while it was abolished. Not to mention his character would mesh in perfectly with the rest. You would have the suave, cool, calm badass in Crocodile. You would have the silent killer, strongest among them in Mihawk. You would have the charismatic, energetic, but weak and just clown-like Buggy. And then you would have the charismatic, heavenly demon himself, Doflamingo, with that menacing, evil vibe that they need to give them that extra boost in the group. I think he would mesh perfectly with the other 3 core members of the group. And the final and most important reason, in my opinion, is this. This group contains fan-favorite characters. Characters loved by the entire fan base from the beginning of the series, but don't necessarily have a direct purpose, a direct mission in the story, where they are seeming, as the story moves on further and we get to the final saga and it's crazy and everyone's doing what they're doing, these characters are getting left behind story-wise, such as Mihawk, Buggy, Crocodile, and this gives them a strong purpose heading into the final saga of One Piece, where now these characters are actively playing as basically a Yonko crew just without the title, or you can even somewhat make comparisons to the Revolutionary Army, where they are directly opposing the world government, setting out bounties to the Marines and such. So there's many different ways that this group can go. They can be fighting with Marines, they can be fighting with other pirates, and we know that they are definitely going to play a huge role in the final saga. And what better character that is a fan favorite just like these characters and does not have a purpose right now in the story than Doflamingo himself. And if he did join this group, it would give him a perfect role in the final saga of One Piece for one of everyone's favorite characters. So a quick recap here. The first reason, he knows the secret of Mary Jorah and the world government are coming for his head. The second reason, 2 members of Cross Guild have already broken out of Impel Down before and can make that knowledge useful in recruiting Doflamingo. 3, Doflamingo asked Crocodile all the way back in Marineford if he wanted to join, and this would bring it back full circle with the tables turned and it'd be a signature Oda move. 4, all of the core members of Cross Guild are former warlords, and Doflamingo joining would continue this major theme. And 5, this group consists of fan favorite characters who don't necessarily have a purpose moving into the final saga, and Cross Guild helps them have this purpose, and Doflamingo would fit in perfectly with this, having a strong purpose moving into the final years of One Piece. So would you guys like to see the Heavenly Demon join the hottest new organization in One Piece today? If so, let me know down in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then check out my theory video on Akainu and Aokiji and the potential major secret they could be hiding from everyone at Punk Hazard. Go ahead and check that video out. I'll see you guys over there. Thanks for watching. Nature Boy out.